We are live.
We live in this thing.
We are here. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Yay.
Hello.
Hey, YouTube, live viewers, lurkers, Twitch,
World.
the world.
I am Chevy the Superstar.
And I'm Toya.
And this is Two Snaps in a Circle, where you come to get all the movie news that you can use and get to discuss and review movies. That's what we do here. We discuss and review movies, movie-related things, and sometimes ourselves.
Sometimes ourselves.
Sometimes ourselves. Sometimes ourselves. So how are you doing today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I am hot, but I'm fine.
Me too. Me too. Like anytime, sometimes you gotta get a window, AC, a little break or whatever, because it start leaking onto the windowsill. Like, it's hot.
Yeah.
I'm upstairs, so I don't get all the illustrious, beautiful, cool wind from the AC of the house, which is so messed up. Like, because I can feel it. The vent, it's a vent right here. I can feel it. It's right there, but it won't do enough to make the whole room be as it should. So
you gotta put a fan on top of.
That's what I've learned. But it's so far in the corner, I feel like it's still not very helpful.
That's true.
Yeah, and then I would have to put my coat rack somewhere else too. It's so perfect.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Yes.
About Twitch, and I'm saying it loud because it's been happening to people.
Really?
There is a thing going where you get followers, and it's people who do hate raids, and they.
I saw just the hate raid thing, Twitch, and then that was all I saw. But continue.
Yes. So you remember last week when we got the follower for Gathers?
Yes.
For Gathers is one of those accounts.
He was a hate raider?
Yeah.
So what do they do? Like,
I don't know. Maybe we wasn't all that, so they didn't hate raid us. But
well, I mean, that makes me kind of feel good. Like they couldn't even hate on them. They were like, let's leave these two girls alone. Let's leave these two women be. Like, let's not even mess with them.
Oh man. But yes, so I just wanted to let you know that just in case one day we're screaming and then there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens weirdly.
Yeah, people like, your hat is stupid.
Why is it an owl on it?
What Black the girl. Hell? Who?
You're a black person and I don't like them. God. You know what I'm saying? Like,
who reads books? Why are books behind you?
Funko Pops, why do you have those?
What the hell?
Oh,
she's drinking. You're damn right. You're damn right. What up, Joe Willie?
What up, GFT Radio? And thank you, Hoes.
Hoes. Yeah, I think that's hoes.
03.
House.
Oh, is that 2 zeros? Jesus, I can't see. 00312.
You better not be no hate raider. Don't bring that hate raid over. Bring the hate raid. We don't give a goddamn. Bring the hate raid. We don't care. We gonna do our thing. Give us some views.
I think I would be laughing.
I would be laughing the whole time. Like, really? I will roast y'all. Don't let me get drunk. I will roast y'all. I pour extra rum today too, so don't get
Try me. I'm ready. Hey, a raid is a raid to me.
Yeah, right. Followers are followers to me, baby. You want to come in here, you want to hate, you want to ghost follow, you want to lurk, you want to
whatever. We here for all of the things.
Bring it, boo boo.
Right, rail 7. No hateration in this.
No hateration.
Period. Poo. All right.
Oh, that's right.
Just had to put that out there in the atmosphere.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I saw a little glimpse of it. I was like, well, okay,
I mean, because it was weird. We got a follower and we hadn't even been streaming before a minute and we had no viewers. So I was like, it might.
And that's exactly what just happened right now. That was 801. Like,
I was like, oh, I don't know. Thank you.
But thank you. Yeah, if you actually we really still thank you regardless of your
Regardless.
intention. Because, I mean,
My numbers still go up, baby. So, I do have a plethora of movie news for us today.
get it started.
So I will get it ready to go here. Let me power it up. Okay, gotta power it up.
No, yeah, you gotta can't just put it out. You gotta
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep.
Ba 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 ba. Movie news
For your haters.
All right. So Atomic Blonde, the film starring Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
I don't know why that just
escaped you.
just escaped me all the way. Jeez Louise. Atomic Blonde 2 and 3 will be moving forward at Netflix.
Hey.
All Rise, the show starring Detroit native Simone Missick. I think that's how you say her name, from Luke Cage.
Okay.
Eyes a comeback at OWN Network for season 3 since it was canceled by NBC.
Nice.
Beverly Hills Cop 4 is moving forward at Netflix.
Hey.
The trailer dropped for American Crime Story Impeachment. It will be premiering on FX and FX on Hulu on September 7th. Judas and the Black Messiah's Dominique Thorne will appear in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. She will be playing Marvel Comics hero Ironheart.
Hey.
I guess she's supposed to be like a Black Iron Woman person.
Yeah.
The trailer for the second season of The Morning Show dropped, and it premieres on September 17th on Apple TV. And if you don't watch The Morning Show, you should.
You say that every time, and every time I feel it in my soul, like, damn, why am I not watching that show?
It's so good. Yes. Simone Missick was Detective Missy Knight.
She was, yeah.
She got her arm cut off.
Mm-hmm. I heard like,
HBO show Succession will return for season 3 in October. I don't know that show, but I thought that's movie news. Can't be biased.
Yeah, cannot be biased at all. Hey, acting is acting.
Right.
You know?
I mean, it's on its third
Scripts
season.
are scripts, period.
Somebody likes it. Sex Education returns on September 17th on Netflix. And I'm excited. The infamous trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home dropped after much controversy on dropped this week. And it will be in theaters on December 17th.
And I heard it broke records. Like,
yes, it broke
records.
355 million times.
Like, jeez.
Yeah, because we got to pick it apart.
Yeah.
Gotta pick it apart. The teaser trailer was 3 minutes.
Just 3.
Yeah, it was a teaser. And the trailer ended up dropping on today is Thursday, so I think that was Tuesday.
Well, 3 minutes actually ain't too shabby.
But it's supposed to be a teaser.
Yeah, you are correct. Like, a teaser is like more like 30 seconds a minute. Trailer is more like 2 minutes and more. Like,
yeah. And the reason why they dropped the trailer is because the trailer was leaked. I saw the leaked version of the trailer, and it was what I saw was fan footage spliced in with like Toby
right.
Maguire,
I believe I seen the same thing. Yeah,
Andrew Garfield and stuff like that. I don't know how to say this girl name. Letitia Wright.
I don't even know. Oh, Letitia.
That's how you say it?
I think so. Yeah. Who played Shuri?
Yeah, it's Letitia.
I think it's Letitia. Yeah, like Letitia.
How?
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah. I believe so.
It's not my damn name. hospitalized with minor injuries this week while filming a stunt on Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
So little. So yeah, they need to be careful with her. She's
Yeah,
so
that's
like petite and small. Like, not saying
scary.
she's not strong woman and capable. It's just like y'all got to be careful.
Oh yeah, wait, what? I'm reading these comments. What
Wait,
it say? Wait a
oh yeah,
minute.
it's a lot going on.
Okay, it say, hold on, wait. We're getting the Iron Heart. Yeah. What did it say? Riri Williams is Tony Stark's true replacement in the recent comics. She's a young Black woman and she's a genius level hero. Oh wow, that was well put.
Hey, I love it.
Oh yeah, I am tripping with the enunciation.
When nobody's perfect over here.
It's two T's. I just looked at it like
find out GFT Radio is a hate raider. Not our own GFT.
But she's okay. They didn't have to stop filming or anything. She just had
good.
Minor injuries.
That's good.
Welcome to the Blumhouse teaser trailer dropped this week, and the first two films premiere on October 1st on Amazon Prime.
Hey, I'm an enunciator. Hey, grammar hater right here. They kind of go hand in hand.
Oh man. Okay, Anya Taylor-Joy from Queen's Gambit, The Witch, and New Mutants will once again work with the director of The Witch and Lighthouse, director Robert Eggers, on upcoming film Nosferatu. So that movie is going to be like slow but creepy because The Witch was slow but creepy.
Mm-hmm.
The Wonder Years premieres on September 22nd on ABC.
That's going to be lit. I'm excited for that. I'm just happy for it. Like, not in like really like, oh, I want to see it. More like, I'm just happy that the next generation of kids that way we grew up on Wonder Years, like they're going to see it, but it's going to be a Black family. Like, that's so dope.
Yes, it's wonderful. The new Billie Eilish concert experience premieres September 3rd on Disney Plus.
I don't want to watch
I guess. The film is called Love, a Love Letter to Los Angeles, and the trailer dropped this week.
It's a concert film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love concert films. I don't know why. I just love concert films.
Well, it's Billie Eilish, so whatever.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers has officially announced the title for Matrix 4, The Matrix Resurrections.
Oh, I was just like waiting for it to be like something like nuts.
No, Resurrections.
The resurrection. Yo.
The Lion King prequel has found its scar. It will be played by Kevin Herron Jr. He starred in The Trial of the Chicago 7 and The Photograph.
Oh, okay. I know who that is.
And Mufasa will be played by Aaron Pierre. He was on the Underground Railroad TV show.
I've never watched that. I'm going to look those people up.
And what else? Now I'm hearing that Venom has potentially been delayed until January 2022. But we don't know yet if it's real or not. But we think it's real, which will be pushing back Morbius as well.
Okay. Okay, people who made Venom.
There is a Black Canary spinoff in the works from showrunner Misha Green from Lovecraft Country, and it will star Journey Smollett, who played Black Canary in the Harley Quinn film that came out the other year.
Shit. I can't remember the name of it either.
The first images from Netflix live action Cowboy Bebop are here. You can go onto Rotten Tomatoes, IGN. No, go to IGN on Instagram to see those photos. The show is coming to Netflix. No release date at this time. And it is based on the popular anime with the same name. I'm trying to read it the way I wrote it.
You're hilarious.
Insecure's final season
There
will
we go.
premiere in October.
Birds of Prey. That's what it was. Yep.
Birds of Prey. That's it.
Very much
That's
so.
it. The James Bond film, No Time to Die, is holding firm on its October release date. Congratulations, everyone.
Do it. Do it for Daniel.
Selena Smith, known for this TV show called Young Dylan, she's a young actress, is the lead star in the new Annie Live musical alongside Taraji P. Henson, Nicole Scherzinger, Titus Burgess, and Harry Connick Jr.
Oh.
Finally, TV show based on The Wood is in development at Showtime.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And that is movie news.
For the lovers.
Lovers, not haters.
Not haters.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Period. Oh my god.
Oh,
That was some good movie news. I love your presentation of it all, you know.
Yeah, I had my news voice on.
Yeah, you really had the movie news vibe going. So good. Awesome. Well, we are at it just goes so fast. Like it just goes so quick. And before you know it, it's Thursday. Before you know it, it's the third Thursday. And it's the last Thursday. And I'm like, oh my God, we really at the end? I can't believe it. But we are at the end of sequels. Yeah, we did talk about that, GFT. We talked about the Wonder Years reboot with the Black family. We're excited about that.
It premieres on September 22nd on ABC.
Yeah. That's on your list. September is always usually a crazy month when it comes to TV shows and movies is too, but definitely TV shows because that fall season coming back.
Yes,
but
it sure is.
Speaking of things coming back, like things doing them over a second version of them or the following of a story, we are finally at the end, and it's nuts to me that we're really at the end. And I'm just so happy the way that our sequencing always works out. Sometimes I feel like we just throw it out there. We're like, okay, we'll watch this next week, we'll watch that, we got that, no, we got that. And the way that this turned out, we couldn't end on a better note, like, to be perfectly honest. Like, Dr. Sleep is a really good movie. I believe that without the first, The Shining, classic, I believe that this movie can honestly stand on its own. As a thriller and as like a, like maybe even like telling enough of whatever happened in The Shining in this. Like you don't need to see The Shining before you see this. This is like one of my favorite versions of a sequel where you're like, I don't need to see the other ones to know this, which I feel like T2 tried to do a little bit, but not well enough with Sarah's narration to like really get you there. Well, we beat up Sarah enough last week.
Yeah, we'll do it.
I ain't gonna do it again. Anyways, we were talking about Dr. Sleep, which is a sequel to the amazing The Shining from 1980 from Stanley Kubrick, written by what's my man's name? Stephen King.
Yes.
Or based on his novel. And
Stephen King really liked Dr. Sleep, by the way.
Yes, he did, which I was very
because he hated The Shining.
He hated The Shining, which it's so nuts to me because in the film movie making world, like one Stanley Kubrick is like up there with the Spikes and the Dave Finchers and Steven Spielbergs and all the greats, the Martin Scorsese's and all that, the Quentins, and for him to be like, I wasn't a fan, it's like, damn, like, but I think it's because of the mentality of writers and specifically book writers, not like script writers, and like, well, the difference between screenwriters and like, what would you call it? A novelist, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the difference between the two is, I think, what made him not really feel what Stanley did with his film because he's so visually pleasing.
Okay, so I watched this documentary with Stephen King discussing, like, it was a horror documentary. I can't remember what it's called right now. But he basically, they was talking about The Shining, and he basically said he hated the movie because it's a horror film, and he made it an art film. He felt like it was a student art film, and he didn't like how he took his film and made his horror book a non-scary version of this experimental art film.
No, totally.
And
I'm telling you, it's like you get over the ghost and the scariness, like the dead looking lady and and the creepy kids, and you're like, The Shining is really not that scary.
Not even scary at all.
It's like it's really actually not that scary.
Not scary at all.
So, and same thing with Dr. Sleep. It's not scary. Although I still waited until the daytime to watch it just in case. But it is not a scary film. It's a thriller more than anything.
You didn't think anything was scary?
I mean, there was a couple jump scares. Like, there is a couple like frightening things in the sense of, like, I mean, the creepy lady in the damn tub, I will never be okay with that. Like, never be okay with that.
And I think that's why they kept playing on that. Like, even when you watch Ready Player One, that was the thing that they used in Ready Player One. Like,
yeah, I mean, if it's something that's scary, it's that. It's that. And you know what? It gave me a bit of like that Sixth Sense feel, where it's like, it's the way that they do the ghost, like.
But not only that, not the like specifically, it reminded me of The Ring. The first time I saw The Ring, The Ring is not scary, and it's scary, but it's not scary in the sense of like they didn't just use this TV videotape to scare you. She opened a drawer, or turn on a light, or they switch the camera, or they'll open a window and this loud noise happens to go to the next scene or to push the scene forward. And it's like, this is not scary, but y'all scaring me because, like, why that's so loud?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it.
Like we've gotten so, I'm not trying to cut you off either, but we've gotten so into this that I didn't even read like what Dr. Sleep is about.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
But real quick, I mean, if you didn't realize, years following the events of The Shining, a now adult Danny Torrance must protect a young girl with similar powers from a cult known as the True Knot, who prey on children with powers to remain immortal. Directed by Mike Flanagan, writers Mike Flanagan, of course, is based upon the novel of Stephen King. Stars what's his name?
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor. Got it. Never know how to say that. Rebecca Ferguson and I think Kylie Curran. Sorry, girl, I did not mean to butcher your name.
Well, I butchered a name today.
Hey, well, we out here in Enunciation Police. Put your handcuffs away. What up, those things?
Hey, Stacy girl.
So, but yeah, like I wasn't like, oh shit, like, but there were moments. It was like a different type of scare. Like there's that the old lady. I'm not gonna say a grandma. It's the old.
I always thought it was a grandma.
It's the old decrepit zombie lady, right? That's scary. Like just. Soon as you see the bathroom, as soon as you see the head come out, you just you
already know. Here comes that old lady.
Yeah, by the end I wasn't scared. Kind of remind me of like the way you think about Jeepers Creepers. Like you have to, the fear has to leave you, and you have to be able to confront it.
Yeah, and then look at that thing in the face.
And you gotta say, "Fuck you."
I'm locking you in my box in my mind.
You stay there. You come out when I want you to come out. And if you do come out when I don't want you to come out, I'm gonna put you right back up in that boy. Then there's like I put that as like, yeah, like terrifying, right? Like just like spooky, creepy. Then there's like the other No, this is more creepy. It's just like, whoa, the powers and the people out there that, just like, the idea that somebody could rob you or hurt you, or somebody's not looking out for wants to be mean to you, want to violence towards you, like that type of scary. So it was like the balance between the two, which gave it what I'm more into, instead of like straight up horror, like I don't want you to go to bed tonight, more of like just like thriller, like just edge of your seat. You're there, and then when it's over, I'm back to like watching Insecure, like I'm back to watching YouTube videos, and I'm fine. I'll sleep good tonight. I'll be fine.
So yeah, I kept saying to myself, like, oh, this might be an issue. But I said the movie is so enjoyable. Forget the issues. Like, forget the issues. Forget that they made this movie so forward in time that they had to get new characters to play Danny as a child and his mom as a child. I mean, they did great. They did a great job with casting.
Kudos. Like, they killed that. I mean, and it's hard. It is hard to do that. And they managed to do it.
What is it? Is it not?
Yeah, you got it right. I was calling him I wanted to call him Evan at first, but I'm like, that's not a V. That's a W.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan?
You don't pronounce the E, do you?
I don't know. Juan?
Hell, I don't know. It's a name. It's not mine.
It's a name. Sorry, McGregor.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, he ain't even Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, you are right, Chevy. That's what he's trying to say.
Oh, okay. Yay!
But yeah, 1 point for Chevy.
All right, so let's get
right into it.
We pick up at a house of a boy having a dream about a hotel that we all know and love, because if you don't know that carpet, you don't know The Shining.
If you know, you know.
So he going through the hotel, riding on his little tricycle.
Which seems like so much damn fun.
And I mean, like, he would just be riding that thing. Like, he was on a mission.
That thing smooth. Like, he knew exactly where he needed to go. He knew every turn. It just was...
And then he went back to room 257. We all know them double doors lead to that bathroom. And the old girl in there waiting on him. The naked lady.
The naked lady. Somebody's naked ass grandma.
I know. I should pull up a picture of it.
I Willie. He said he ain't seen it, so he about to be out.
You have never seen Dr. Sleep? Oh, you gotta see that.
Yeah.
Movie.
Thanks, GFT, my guy.
Let me see if I can find a picture.
Maybe I should hold up for a minute.
I'm trying to see.
Yes, try to do it.
Okay. She ain't naked right here, but this is a good one.
This ain't the naked lady you want to see, my dyke, my boy.
Here she go.
As the kids like to say.
Oh my God, this took me somewhere. Okay, well, y'all ain't gonna see the naked lady.
Oh, you gotta look her up on your own incognito browser.
It's a lot going on with her right now. It's a lot going on with this naked. Well, maybe, let me see. Oh, she look bad, man.
Show that.
She look real bad. Let me see if I can get this on here for y'all.
Yeah, I really wish some haters was up here now so they could. The fuck is this?
It's the naked lady from the Shining. Let's see. I don't know. Can y'all see her?
Oh,
look at her. Looking all terrible. I can't pull it.
Looking all terrible.
Terrible. Looking all real bad. She looking real
Look at
bad.
that third one where she's in Ready Player One.
Where? Which one? Which one?
That third one at the top.
Right here.
It's scary as fuck. Dog, look at that. No, please go down to the
Wait, which one?
Oh, okay, keep going over
right.
where, like, yes.
That one.
She chilling, like, it's like she gonna put that on her Instagram. Like,
oh my God. Like, that's her Instagram post. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so there you go. That's the naked lady from the Shining.
Ooh. So yeah, he sees her, and we all know that that's like the scariest, bro, like the scariest. And then he pops up out of his dream. Because much like most people, when you have terrible, horrible nightmares, you're not having a good dream, you fucking wake up. You wake up. You try to get about that thing. But we realize, like, Danny been through some things, man. Like, you know, his mom mentions that he hasn't been speaking since it happened. You know, they do it the way movies do, like, you haven't spoke since, you know. And yeah, it's just you really see how traumatized Danny and his mother are after that situation.
That was funny.
That was funny. That was funny. That was good. That was good. Now you gotta go. Come on, you distracted us.
Yes. So Danny and his mother faced a lot of turmoil because
They
their
surely
father went cuckoo crazy and tried to murder them.
literally.
And he wasn't all that great before that because he's
Yeah,
an
he wasn't.
alcoholic.
He was alcoholic, abusive. You know, your standard alcoholic, abusive father. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, we show him going into the bathroom, the lady being in the bathroom, and, you know, then we cut to a scene of him sitting on a park bench with Carl.
Dick.
Dick. Okay, Dick. And you know, I realized that that man was played the first super soldier in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and he buff, like big buff, like
Yeah.
huge in that movie. I was like, oh wow. But anyway,
His real name is Carl. That's
oh
what
his
it
real
is. His real name is
oh.
Carl. Yeah. Nice. I like
So
your memory.
he's sitting on the park bench with
Yep.
Dick, and he talking to him about, you know, you need to talk to your mama. You need to tell her what's going on. You know, you kind of confused because you're like, is he a ghost or because you trying
Yeah,
to
like is
remember? 'Cause
he? Yeah, like cause
I
it's
kind
so.
of remember him dying in The Shining.
Yeah, like I kind of don't remember him being around. Like
Yeah, I think
I
he
know black
was.
don't crack, but goddamn, like
Yeah,
you're
so
getting no older.
yeah,
Oh
so
no, I'm sorry, I'm tripping. That was at that time. Yeah, that was still at that time, but still,
yeah,
yeah.
but he basically tells him, you know, I have a trick for you to be able to help you get past this so you can live your life. And he
Mm-hmm.
gives him a box and he tells him to remember everything about this box. And when he sees those monsters from Overlook, because they just closed the hotel, they didn't burn it
Tear
down or demolish it. They just left it there. And since his powers are so strong, his shinnin is so strong. I keep saying shinnin because I'm so
Yes, keep saying it.
it's so strong. The ghost from the hotel will still try to come and take you over or whatever. So
Mhm.
he was like, if you take this box and make one in your mind, you can lock these ghosts in the box forever and they won't bother you anymore. So, you know, after that, he started talking to his mom again. And then we pick up in 2011 at a bar with a grown man that you assume is Danny. Because why else would you not
Yeah, who the
assume?
hell else would it be? But you know, maybe in case it's not, well, dang, you know. But signs are all pointing to this is Danny,
But
all
you
grown
like,
up.
yeah, but you like, damn, I thought he was gonna have a good life after
Mhm.
this. But
Yeah, he
he
had a loving mother, you know, like maybe without his abusive, crazy ass dad, and with this new information, like
he's
you
gonna
know,
go and have a good life. But he is a drunk. He is, you know, I don't even know at that time if he had a place to stay. But you know, he
yeah,
meets this girl at the bar. They go back to his place. You know, he wakes up at her place. She laying there with throw up coming out of her mouth, and you know, it's just like, oh my God, you know, what the hell, man? What kind of life are you living? And then they show a flashback of him at the bar beating somebody's head in.
yeah,
Like,
just like him starting to see like how he got there.
yeah. And it's just like, oh my God, Danny, what the hell, man? I thought you was locking these things up so you can
Yeah,
have a life.
dude was taking his inner demons and bringing them outside.
Right,
like,
right,
like just he like, well, I got him locked up on the inside, so I guess I can create more out here. Like, why would you do that?
right.
Why would you do that?
So on the way to leave, he realized that the girl took him for his money, so he takes her money, but then he sees a baby there. So he
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I'm leaving anyway. But then here come Dick. Like, bro, So
Really?
we find out that he still has his powers.
Mm-hmm.
He still can see dick, but he's just on a path. He's on
Yeah.
a path, a bad path. So he put the baby in the bed with the mama, lead the mama. Now you see him on the side of the road. You see him on a bus. You don't know what the hell is going on with this man. You don't know if he got a life at all. You don't know if he still if his mom is alive. You don't know what's going on with this man. You just trying to figure out like, oh my God, his life is so bad. Like, what the hell is going on? So he ends up in this town, rando town, with a little town inside of a town. And he meets Billy. And Billy, like, yo.
Yeah, Billy see it in him. He like,
Yeah.
hey, man, I already know what you need. I already know. I can see it in your face. I can smell it on your breath. I know you need some help. I got you. Come with me.
So he paid his rent for a few months. He put him up. And that's his story. But I forgot on the whole nother side I forgot the most important thing. While Danny going through what Danny going through as a kid, we are introduced to Rose the Hat.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. We're introduced to Rose the Hat during this same time. Yeah, Danny being young. We flip over to this like little girl that's like with her mom camping or some shit like that. And she's
going to pick some flowers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pick some flowers. Go ahead, sweetie.
And
go off into the woods by yourself, honey. Yeah.
And that's the little girl from the Hunting on Bly Manor. She played Nan as a kid.
Jeez. Why y'all don't watch your damn kids? We taking me back to the what's the one movie we watched? Not Mary Poppins. Like, watch your children.
Watch them kids.
Watch them kids. So she is introduced to Rose the Hat, and baby girl already giving off hella like
creepo vibes.
Yeah, I see why you trying to make me trust you. I see why you coming with this image, but I don't trust you. But I'm a child, so you're doing cool magic. Like, I'm gonna listen. But the moment that she realizes she needs to get the F up out of there, it's too late, and there's already 8 people surrounding her, and we don't know what they did, but we know that it wasn't good.
They did something.
They did something.
We know they killed her.
You know that she's been killed.
And in the midst of, because that's the one thing that didn't register to me till after the fact, and I think they did that on purpose. It's like you hear Danny's mom screaming for him, and he's like, he's just sitting on the damn park bench.
Right, and then you see Dick is gone, and he's by himself, and you're like,
and not only that, you see the picture of the girl who's missing on the thing, and you're like, yeah.
Why she's so frightened, because it's like, kids are coming up missing, and not only missing, but possibly murdered,
without a trace.
So it's, you when your 5-year-old is not standing where they was once before, you're looking around like, where's my kids? And that's why you got to watch your kids. Maybe the leash isn't a bad idea. So yes, and now we're back in our present day, and we've been introduced to Rose the Hat, and then during the midst of that, no, I might be coming a little early of trying to introduce the second character, right? Because when is she introduced? When does she? I forget when she comes in, because they do a real slick and sly, like,
ooh, abracadabra.
Yes.
Okay, so while we're watching Danny go through his trials and tribulations as a man, we see a little black girl at her birthday party, and this is when he was like on that bus, and he was dreaming about her. Or no, he was actually dreaming about her when he woke up on the side of the road.
Yes.
And she was having her birthday party, and she, kept telling the magician that she could do that too.
I can do that too.
Oh, I can do that. And he's like, okay, little girl, whatever. So the parents come in the house, and it's spoons everywhere. But then it's like, look up, babe. It's spoons on the ceiling. And hear her little creepy self come talking about abracadabra. And then all the spoons.
And they looking at her like, the hell?
Abracadabra.
And all the spoons dropping just scared the shit out of the parents. Like,
and we did it to ourselves because we named her Abra.
You named the baby Abra. What would you expect?
But a cadabra. Can't name a baby Abra and not spec no cadabra. You can't do it.
So, we seeing, Billy is trying to pull him on along, like, hey, let me put you in AA. I'm just gonna bring you over to them. How AA sponsors be. You know how they be trying to put you in the meeting real quick, like, oh, I just want you to meet a couple friends. Why don't you come hang out with us? And like, they pull you to the meeting, and you realize, I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous. And you realize that bruh man really, like, it's not just the ghost. It's not just what happened at that hotel. He has been living with this for it all his life. It wasn't just like, oh, terrible thing happened. The way like a lot of horror movies like to make, like, oh, it was just a bad weekend. Now we can go home with the rest of our life. Like,
but it's like he has a gift. So if somebody's gonna die, he might walk past them or touch them, and he can tell that they're gonna die. So he can hear what people say, and they hit. You know what I'm saying? So constantly he's self-medicating to try to down, to calm that.
Yep.
And it kind of make you wonder if his dad was like kind of the same way, and they just never touched on it, and they turned it into a mental illness versus that. You know what I'm saying?
Actually was Shining. I mean, I want to say yeah, because in The Shining, he was at the bar talking to the bartender. Like, we all know that there was nobody else in this hotel.
And the mother never had those instances.
And she behaved like a person that was like, what's wrong, honey? What, are you okay? Like, she behaved in like, I've never seen anything like that before. So I cannot possibly understand what it feels like to see things that aren't here.
Right. And have full conversation, be able to touch somebody and know whether or not they're going to live or die, to be able to know what they ate for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Like, to live with that. And it's not like a school for the gifted, because this is not an X-Men movie. What do you do?
Right.
Totally. You do. So, okay, let me go to my notes. So, in the midst of us seeing Danny being helped by Billy, we also go back to Rose the Hat. And now we see her life, we see where she lives, but we see that she is trying to recruit people, but also that no, I'm trying to do, because it's still 2011. So we see Rose the Hat, we see her at a movie theater with the Crow, and it's a girl, who they're with this older guy, and they come to find out that she has mystical powers. So she tries to recruit the girl. What bothered me about that is the girl was 15 years old.
So impressionable, so like just young.
She was 15.
So young.
And she ended up getting her to join a group or whatever. And because she had the powers to make people sleep or do whatever, she called her a pusher. She could make people do whatever that she wanted them to do, but she couldn't do it to her. She couldn't do it to her.
She was too powerful.
Yeah. So, okay, she get the girl to join her little gang of thieves. Then, she told her the whole eat well, stay young, live long thing.
Yeah, basically, selling her this idea of immortality, which is so nuts, because like when you're young, like I know in your mind you think you're gonna live forever, but you aren't. But to me, you're so young and you already have great powers. I was very surprised that she was so easy to like just get on her team.
I would have told her to check me when I'm 21. At least let me get to an age where I can legally do everything that I want to do. At 15, ain't nobody gonna want to date me. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? 15, anything under 18, I wouldn't want to be a vampire. I wouldn't want to be a ghost. I wouldn't want to be anything, because mortality or immortality is cool, I guess, but not at that age.
Yeah, not at the expense of like my childhood, like and like
But
being
not
a
only
teenager.
that, you're
But
gonna
I
be
mean, I guess she
15.
already had written that away because she was on this mission of like catching all these petties. Like she just wanted to get all the pedophiles. Like,
Yeah, I guess, but I wouldn't want to be 15 forever. I'd be want to be 21 forever, but I wouldn't want to be 15 forever.
good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. I think she just caught her up, you know, just being. I think she took advantage of that very thing of her being so young.
And was it really a choice as well?
It wasn't a choice because she could not tell her no.
No. The only answer was yes.
Yeah.
That's the only answer.
Yep, that was the only answer. So hey, there you go.
Right.
And so Rose is now we see what Rose is really capable of. Now, if you ever thought that she took care of that young girl or they didn't hurt that little girl from back then, you know for a fact that that girl was killed.
Oh yeah, she
was
did.
hurt and put away somewhere, and who knows what they're doing still to her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. 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 So Danny has a dream that's really fucked up. He dreams about the girl who he had sex with that he left there in her vomit. I thought the lady was dead, but I said he wouldn't leave no woman there like that. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe she all right. But when the first time I saw this movie, when I saw that scene, I said, oh my God. Are you serious? Oh my God. How did you feel when you saw that scene?
So, I messed up. I started reading this review or whatever, not realizing that they would tell me the damn movie. And so I made a mistake and read the first sentence, which like summarized that whole scene up and is like, he wakes up to a dead cokehead. And I'm like, what? That he took home. And I'm like, shit. God damn it. Like, I shouldn't have read that. I knew I should. So going into the movie, I knew that she was dead, but I believe that before reading that, I wouldn't have thought she was dead. I would have thought that she just like, you know, one of those like ODs, but you don't die. Like you can OD, but not die, because that's the biggest sign. Like the throwing up in your sleep type thing is that you OD'd. I would have thought that she just OD'd, but yes, when, the hand, yeah, and I completely forgot. Like I was like, damn, I wonder what happened. But when the hand was over and he rolled out of bed like, who the hell is this? I love how he tried to get out of bed like he really didn't want to wake up whoever he was next to.
Like he was sliding out.
Yeah, like some real like Eddie Murphy and Boomerang, like slide out of the bed. Like, he tried to slide out of bed. Baby girl grabbed his wrists. And she said, they still haven't found us. I'm like,
and I said, us. Oh no, the baby.
The baby. Yo, the way he grabbed the Cheez-Its and gave it to the baby and set the baby on the bed, like, so you care.
A little bit.
You care a little bit. You didn't care enough.
Because that baby is DOA.
DOA. And she said, oh, when she said they used to hearing the baby cry because I leave the baby here all the time by himself. So they know, like, this is what they know of us. They haven't found us yet. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Why you on your way to sobriety? Damn.
Yeah. That'll drive you back to drinking.
Whew.
So he go to the meeting, the 12-step program. He meets the doctor and he tells the doctor where his watch is.
Yes.
And the doctor like,
how you know?
Why you bullshit? Like that's what he said. He said bullshit. But after he tell him where his watch is, he ends up giving him a job in hospice care, and it's actually the perfect job for him because he now helps people on the way to
transition on
to death, because he can kind of know that he can experience that with them. It kind of reminded me of not eating the everlasting gobstopper, but when Violet ate that gum in Willy Wonka and she could taste everything.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminded me of that, like, because he's going through that process with them until they passed on. Whatever they hear, whatever they remember, whatever they experience,
he's
whatever
right
they
there
tasted
with them. Yes, he has that experience right along with them.
And because I notated all of this, so I have a nice little.
Nice, yeah, because it's a 2-hour film, so it's a lot. It's a
And
lot.
not
It's
only that, it was
easy to.
bouncing. It bounced from
It was
character to
it was
character.
bouncing back and forth because as they're in telling one story, they're introducing new characters, and then they bounce to the grown up Danny, and then they're still telling stories of a new two characters. Like you're just like, damn, like because they introduced the teen to the Rose the Hat, but then there's also another teenager who actually grew up from a child, which you had to remember the Spoon Girl. Like you're like,
Right.
oh, the
Right.
Spoon Girl
And not only that,
grows
this is
up.
over a course of several years.
Right. So
From
now
Danny's
from
childhood
Danny's
all the way.
childhood. Yep. So we're talking about 2011 where we're seeing Danny at his lowest, right? But then we jump 8 years,
Yep.
something like that. 8 years. And now we're seeing like, looking good, cleaned up, looking like he got his head on straight. He holding the hospice down. He got that whole routine down pat. Like he's known as Dr. Sleep. Like, everybody loves him, has a great relationship with Billy, celebrating now probably about 8 years of sobriety, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like you're like, yes, I'm happy for him. But what we realize, what's really happening on the low key tip is that Rose the Hat and her crew, the Knot crew, they're running low.
Right. But first, we forgot something.
Oh, shoot. See?
Before we go forward in 8 years, we find out what it is that Rose and them does when they do
Which
put
still
the girl into the
yeah.
little
Which
ritualistic.
puts her into the equation.
Yes.
And so we realize that it is what the skills and the special part of the shining that people have gives like this movie had so much of like a lot of my favorite like sci-fi movies with powers, like it reminded me of like X-Men, the way that like Xavier could find, when he goes into the dome thing and he can find the other mutants. It reminded me of that. And so Rose is using that skill to find all these kids essentially, because they're probably easier to have at, because I guess she said they're robes or something, is like it's better when they're younger. And I guess she also picks and chooses like, I'll bring you on the team, but you're getting murdered. And they have this thing called steam that they feed from that gives them that immortal that they can continue on life. Yes.
It's like vampires. They like vampires.
Yes, they're totally like vampires. Instead of blood, it is this like it's life.
But they can eat food too. So
that effed me up. When I see her in the grocery store later on, I'm like,
but keep in mind, Grandpa Flick or Uncle Flick or whomever, every time he was grilling something. Like when the girl woke up after her ritual, he was grilling some whatever on the grill.
They just look like some white people out camping.
Some gypsies.
They definitely had the gypsy vibe going. They definitely had the like, we're not a circus act, but we could be.
And we also found out what happened to little Violet from the beginning.
Oh, poor little Violet.
She was in a canister.
Yeah, she didn't.
She got her steam sucked out.
Her steam was sucked out, which also makes me wonder what her. I wonder what her skill was. Like we never got a chance to see what her magic was that she could do. Like what was her power?
Maybe it had something to do with growth. Because she was so into flowers.
Interesting. She really was. Interesting.
But also, after they introduced us to Steam, we got to see how Steam works in another way when he first, went to his first person's room, Danny, and he helped them on to the next. So we realized that everybody has it.
Right. Yes.
It's just that it's stronger when you're younger. And some people have stronger steam.
Yes. So we all got it. So it could be any kid that could actually be murdered by this group of people because it's the young people that they're after.
And also, Abra and Danny started talking through his chalkboard that was on his thing, but they didn't know who each other was.
Yeah, they had no idea who they were talking. And you got to remember, like, with Danny suppressing a lot of that, although anybody else that sees like hello written on their chalkboard, they're like, the hell?
Right.
He's just like, I'm just gonna write hi back.
Right. But
I'm gonna just be nice because whoever this is, I don't want to have to put him in a box.
right. So now we 8 years later, and he's still working in hospice, like you said. He's still talking to Abra on the chalkboard.
Yep.
We find out, we really get a real deeper glimpse in the Knots way of life, but they're older now, just like them, like everybody else. And we find out that folks is hungry. And they not getting they stuff like they need, you know what I'm saying? They literally looking, and they saying, it's the McDonald's, it's the cell phones, it's the internet, it's making us the steam not shine so bright like it used to, and it's hard for us to find. And she like, y'all good, we good, but then it's like Uncle Flick, Grandpa Flick, whatever.
Grandpa Flick was going through it, baby boy.
That man was old.
He was old.
And they like, man, he old, man, he needs some food. So, she hooked them up with a little
steamery.
Like a little steam. And then you got to see how zombie like they were. And it was like, oof.
Like they're like them looking like, gypsies wasn't the creepiest thing about them.
No,
it was really just a mask.
They were
what they actually.
Yeah. Like they, because where it's going next is where. So I thought, watching this a second time, this scene wasn't gonna hit me like it did the first time.
Yeah.
Nope. It still was just as fucked up
with you
as it was the first time. So, they're talking about finding this kid. They looking for this kid, this little boy, and they find him at his baseball game, and it's the little boy from Room. Little boy from what's that other, The Good Boys. Little precious child, great actor. Because if it wasn't for his acting skills, this would not have played.
Yeah, this scene wouldn't hit you the way, like, to a point where you almost want to look away. You want it to be over.
Oh my God, you want it to be over. And it was so long.
It was so long. Like, his parents love him to let him do that. Because I would be like, not my baby. My son? No,
that
he
thing
that.
was a lot. I'm sure that was a lot for everybody who had to participate in it. So they go to the boys' baseball game. They talking about how every time he do it, he get a home run. Every
time he get a pitch, it's like he know. The man says it's like he knows what the pitcher's gonna throw, and instantly oh, he do. That's why he got it.
He got the shinning.
He got the shinning. But the Crow is back there looking like a scout, which is like the writing, the way that they line that up so perfectly, like seem hella cliche, seem very like cheesy, but the way that they line that up, it was perfect. And again, watch your children.
But that's the thing. When I looked at that scene, I said, why would they think anything different? How many days have he walked this walk by himself and came home?
Yep. He's like walking this like dirt road along like cornstalk, tall, wheat grass, like the big farm.
Because it probably wasn't that far. It probably was It
probably was. He was probably right down the street.
And he didn't walk that walk so many days and had no issues. That's why his parents didn't have it's just like if you ask your mama to ride your bike around the corner, you've been riding your bike around the corner for 5 years.
And every day. And one day. Well, no matter what the tragedy is, you know what I'm saying? That one day something happens, it's like, damn, like
right. I should have been with him. I should have been
with you. I knew it, and it really, like, I'm telling you, watch a movie like this, and you really, I was like, I really understand why people put chips in their kids. I understand why they're so, hovering and protective, because they're so precious. And just, even if you put up a fight, like, you're a kid.
Yeah, because now this is 2019, right?
Yeah, now this is 2019,
So they get the girl to because I never knew that girl's name. I just called her the pusher after a while.
Yeah, I don't think she, Andy.
Oh, Andy. Okay, so Andy, he tried, I can't remember the bear. I think that's what his
I
name was.
believe that was his name. Yeah, something like
The
that.
bear, he tried to get the boy to get in the car.
Oh,
He
so
said,
so like,
no, I'm good. It's not that far.
yep. Like the things you want your kid to say to a predator, you know?
And
Ugh.
then here come Andy. You want to get in the car? You want to come with us? And it's like, God damn it. So now I knew they was gonna kill him, but I thought it was gonna be like Violet. So I'm thinking, okay, damn, they gonna kill him, but damn, like damn. But then when they got the boy out there and they put him down, and
And he's like begging for his life and asking them, "Are you gonna hurt me?" Oh my god, that is like
yes,
the most heart-wrenching part when he's like, "Are you gonna hurt me?" And she says, "Yes."
Yes, and then she takes the knife and stabs him.
They don't show you that,
but they show you enough.
They show you enough that you know that this boy is being.
I mean, the blood is everywhere.
It's everywhere. And then the way that the people are over him, and then you finally see how this steam, like we saw how the steam worked, but now we really see how the steam works and how hungry they are. And part of me, it made me feel like, is this what they've always done, or was this like at wit's end? Like this is like a little bit more work, like maybe in the past they've done it a little bit more different. But then it makes me feel like, but now in real retrospect, I think that's the only way you can do that.
But see, that's the thing. His shining may have been strong, but it may not have been as pure as Violet's. So in order to purify it, they had to
like let it come out in phases.
They said fear, pain, purifies the steam. Right. So in order for us to, it's like drugs. It's like, only way I can get the high I need is if I do the drug this way. So I need to do it this way. And in this instance, if it caused somebody severe pain, I don't care because I need my fix. It's just unfortunate that we had to sit there for 7 or 8 minutes and watch a child,
a young boy,
be stabbed slowly to death. So
begging for his life,
so people could eat.
So they can keep living a life that they've been living for hundreds of years. And all you doing is camping on the side of beaches and woods and grilling hot dogs.
But not only that, you start to realize that probably all of them were brought in under false pretenses. And the reason why they fight so hard to stay alive is because they don't want to die the way they had to get this everlasting life.
Because what we find out eventually is that shit hurt.
And the way they die is like worse than any zombie I ever seen.
Sounds like the longer you've been around, the
harder it hurts.
Like it's kind of like the bigger you are, the harder to fall type vibe. Like it's like one of them Johns.
Yeah. So like,
you got a lot of steam to let out. So you got
So in the midst of them killing Baseball Boy, Abra chimes in on what they're doing, and
she actually sees
it. Yeah, like she's seeing what happening, and Rose see her seeing, and it kind of make her be like, "Oh, wait a minute, what's going on?" But I'm also still trying to eat this little boy. So after everything happens, I thought the scene was beautifully done. It's just, and it was beautifully done because every time I've seen it, it makes me feel some type of way. And I honestly, truthfully have never seen anything like that. I mean, other than like Hunger Games, when the old girl
which we spoke about.
Yeah, like, but I had never seen anything like that before, and I had never seen it done in that way. I mean, they had a little kid, like a 10-year-old kid, like getting gutted. Like, okay, you see kid killed, but they die instantly, or they had a little talking moment. But no, we literally watched this boy get ripped from top to bottom, right? Yep. So, okay, Abra sees it. She has a panic attack. She has a nervous breakdown. This is why the scene was so beautiful, because simultaneously all of these things is happening. Abra is having a nervous breakdown. Danny wall explodes and red rum appears, murder appears on the wall. He goes up to the wall and says, "Who?" And then we see Baseball Boy. And it's just like, oh shit. But I never saw what he wrote on the wall the next day because I can't see.
I'm sorry not to laugh. I'm sorry.
I don't know what he wrote on the wall.
He yeah, where, what, when?
Because he wrote who, and she told him who, but then the next day he wrote something.
Shoot,
and I can't remember what he wrote.
And it's leaving me right now. I'm gonna look it up. Let's continue though.
So what happened next?
At this point, they're both like trying to find each other.
Yeah. So okay. So Abra is trying to find Danny, and she also trying to find Rose. So she finds Rose first, and she do some tilty wall shit, and she end up
one of the best parts of the movie too.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like the coldest.
She finds her at the grocery store. And ain't this this when they find she senses her at the grocery store because she's in the grocery store behind her. And then she goes to the like door of the frozen food section. So she pushes, because I guess that's what it's called. She pushes on the door and they see each other. But then Abra pushed her out of her mind because she's trying to get in her mind. And Rose is like, oh shit.
She's like, it's so crazy because it's one of those reactions where you realize that there's something bigger than you and more powerful than you, and you cannot believe it. But at the same time, she's scared, but I was surprised by the like
intrigue.
Yes, the intrigue to it. Like, I got to have it. Oh shoot.
But it's I got to have it because she can't be more powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like I want her on the squad.
So it was more of like masked fear.
Yes.
Than it was actually like I'm like really intrigued by this in like a cool way, you know.
She was intrigued by it, but not in a way of I want her on the. Because remember when Crow said, "Why don't we just recruit her if she that strong?" No, we have to kill her. We have to.
Yeah. Yep.
And he was like, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yes. We can't have anyone more powerful than me here."
She sure did say that. You are correct.
So she was definitely intrigued, but not intrigued for nobody to be more powerful than her.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you turn her, what, you gonna turn her at 10?
Right.
12, 14? No.
Right. And then you have to also deal with the idea that she's battling against you. She's not okay with this. That's why she did what she did. You know what I'm saying? So
she may take the steam and still turn on you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's plenty of movies you see where like, oh, I'm gonna let you poison me with your vampire juices, and then I'm gonna open the windows and kill us all because I never really wanted to be a vampire, or whatever it may be, it may be. You know what I'm saying? So okay, then Abra, because she bad as hell, she go and find.
She is bad as hell.
Very defiant. Very, I want to do what I want to do. Very like, yeah, I'm about to take this lady down because she's bad because she killed that boy, baseball boy. You know what I'm saying? So,
baby girl spent the whole movie telling people what they deserved. Like,
yes, you deserve it. You deserve it. So she go find Danny. Right? It's weird that they even talking to each other. She make up the plan that you my Uncle Danny. And I mean, it kind of works because she mixed.
Yeah, so it really did. It was so funny when she said like it could work. I thought she was gonna say like I'm biracial.
I know. I thought she was gonna say
she was like I'm biracial.
But then she said because we both have the shinning. Like, you
Right,
know,
look at this shit. Hey, Clark said, I'm watching the movie right now for the first time. It's so damn good, but it's wild as hell. But sorry, I can't comment for real because my connection keep going in and out. We appreciate you, bro.
thank y'all. Thank y'all. So, okay, Danny is like, Danny is very downtrodden. He's very like, keep your head down and don't make no wave. So he basically tell her, no, girl, you keep your head down.
Yep.
You don't want to mess with these people. You don't want to do that. It kind of remind me of like when you got Harriet Tubman against like the slave that don't want to leave the damn plantation, and they tell you keep your head down, just keep working. We'll be free one day. You know what I'm saying? But what about in between time, in the meantime, they could kill me for anything. You know what I'm saying? So he basically just tell her, go home, sit your ass down, don't be shining so bright.
Right, just chill.
Right. So that night while he was at work, Tony came to see, what his name? Dick.
Girl.
Dick come to set his butt straight. But he was about to lock him up in the box because he's standing there looking at the wall like this is the Blair Witch Project or something. So he's about to lock him up. About to clink on him.
Clink. He sure was. That box was like, he's like, oh, hey. It's like, your boy. It's your boy. It's your boy.
Like, it's me, Mario. Like,
Tony.
So he basically came back to visit Danny to set him straight and basically say, hey, man, you need to help that girl because that could have been you. And he like, but why I gotta help her? Well, why did I have to help you?
Why I'm here? What I've been doing for you?
So he said, you owe a debt, sir.
You owe a debt, period, bro. I'm sorry. This don't come. This dick ain't free. Okay.
So
clip that.
So Rose is trying to find Abra. She goes into her meditative state and she flies across the world like Peter Pan and she finds Abra's house.
Oh, she found and that's a nice ass house.
It really is. Oh my God.
I mean, look,
her daddy is a writer, okay?
He had it together. Damn.
That house is beautiful.
Where is my black king to give me?
Exactly. House was
share a home like that.
Her bedroom was beautiful. Just beautiful. So
anyways, yeah.
She go into the room.
She found her.
And we didn't know. I don't know. It was a dream. We thinking Abra in the bed, right?
Yeah.
Abra ain't in no damn bed.
She ain't in no damn bed.
We find out in this moment that she is actually more powerful than Rose. Because when she initially told the crow, she made it seem like she was very powerful, but not more powerful than me. So she set a trap for her. And she locked her in her cupboards or her file cabinets of her mind. Mm-hmm. And she went into her mind that she said were like...
It was a cathedral.
And it was.
And it literally was. It was kind of sick. I'm like, bro, y'all can make a movie off of this.
Alone.
That scene alone could have its own movie. Like, because that's interesting as fuck. Yeah, like that, or just like that whole premise of being able to get in each other's mind and like go through shit and then like come through and fuck with yeah.
So
I love it.
She got stuck there. Her hand got stuck in the thing. Abra got fucked with her real bad. She did. She messed her up real bad. She got out of there though, barely. Her hand was jacked the hell up. But what's the most funny part about it is she flung her all the way back to her body, so she knocked her off the damn mobile home. But what was funny, it's kind of like, it reminded me of like, have you ever watched somebody fall off of something while they was asleep and then they get up like how she got up? Like, what the
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
everybody come like,
Them bunk bed days, man. Somebody fall out that bunk bed, you be like, you okay?
and they just be like, what? And then everybody come around like, what happened?
Like everybody's like on the verge of like wanting to laugh, but like we know you feel really hard and you
right.
don't know what happened. Right,
And then they look at her hand, and her hand looked like a damn
bruh. It is
skeletal.
bleeding.
I mean, it ain't no skin on it. She
There
didn't
wasn't
put
no
all the skin off.
on it, bruh. I mean, that was realistic.
But at the time, there were other pressing issues at hand that needed to be dealt with because they don't have no food. So
Man,
Grandpa Flick is dying.
oh yeah, yeah. They really did come up like, yeah, we sorry about your hand and falling off the top of the trailer on the RV, but Grandpa ain't all right.
Like he out of here.
Like
he's what did they call it? Transitioning or something?
Something like that. Some shit like that.
Yeah, his death was nasty as hell.
That's what I wrote. Nasty.
That's what exactly. And it was so funny because here go Andy talking about, I thought you said we live forever. And she was like, did I? Who told you that?
She said, I said, you eat well, you live long.
And we have not been eating
well. I'm like, damn.
But who told you that, girl?
That was funny. That was funny because at first I was still laughing at like,
that part where she flew into that body and landed on that floor. Woo!
She said, whoop, whoop.
She got up like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah,
like you saw the fear and confusion.
You saw the real fear. It wasn't the same reaction that you saw in the grocery store. Like this was like, oh, this little bitch child.
I wrote that down because that made me so okay, you little bitch child.
Look at her a bitch first, and then she's like, oh, you bitch
child.
Ooh, so good. So
that made me laugh so hard.
No,
like,
so hard.
But yeah,
like Grandpa. But she goes through this whole thing with like the things that you would tell somebody that you love and care about as you watch them on their deathbed. Like you've seen so much. You
Rome and conquered Spain.
A new world.
And watch people cower at your feet.
And they were so scared of you.
And you sleep well, my sweet prince. Like
that nigga said,
and you know what they did? And you know what they did? I'm so Zayda. I'm so Zayda. Oh, I'm so hungry.
That motherfucker said the little steam that he did. They sucked up his steam. That part, that kind of did come and go, oh, damn. Your own people?
Yeah, they ate him on up. They ate him on up. Here you go. Let me see. Here you go, looking all.
You crazy? I'm mad because I can like see you in the window looking at it.
Wait, can I pull it up? Wait,
yeah, please.
Let me hit it.
Oh God!
Real bad. Look, be down bad, baby.
Down bad. They call it the dust to dust scene. Dust to dust.
The dust. The dust to dust. The dust to dust. It's dust to dust, all right.
When he went, dog. When he went, my dog.
He was dust to dust, all right.
Oh man.
All right, let me look at my notes to keep us on track.
Yes, because we're getting there.
Yeah, we are. Okay.
This is when like the thriller and just like the adrenaline, like like the adrenaline of most like kidnap movies and like trying to get away from the killer, and like just like like hurry up, no, don't do that, goddamn,
Yeah. So Abra helped them find Baseball Boy's body.
Mm-hmm.
Danny comes to their house. The daddy trying to fight him because he think he a pedo. She has to show him the truth so he can believe. And I just think the scene is so funny when they go back into the house and they show him trying to pour a drink in his hand like this. Like
you can tell that they've been suppressing her and the thing, or you could tell, well, they've been suppressing her and she's been suppressing that too, where it's just like, I think it's one instant in the film where she does say like, I want to say something, like I got to do something, but if I say something, they're gonna like,
Yep.
you know. And then also the Crow makes a comment towards that where it's like, we got to get to this girl before her parents take her to the psychologist, and then she doesn't have these thoughts and these feelings, and then we can't even freaking find her, you know.
But you know what else was messed up? Another reason why she probably kept it to herself is because her mom went to go see that grandma, the girl's grandma, and she looked at her dead in her face and said, "Is she gonna pull through this time?" And it's just like, really? I mean, I get it. You know your daughter has that gift, but how would you feel if she told you no?
Yeah.
And why would you put that on her, even if she knows the truth?
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
So
it's true.
Y'all not acknowledging it until it suits you.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not the first time you asked her that.
I missed that.
Yeah, that kind of pissed me off when I watched it, because how long have y'all been doing that?
Yeah.
Because it was so casual how she asked her.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the success that they had in life. Well, no, it looked like they had it pretty good before, but no.
Before they knew about her. But even still, like, how many times have something been going on in their lives where they came to her and said, "Hey,
can you do that thing you do?"
Yeah, where you shinning at? You know, it kind of made me seem like y'all don't want to acknowledge it, but you want to use it for your benefit. You know what I'm saying?
That's messed up. That ain't right. Dang, I did not pick up on that.
So him and Billy, because he done pulled Billy in his BS now.
Billy with him, man. He'll ride or die, bro.
He really is. Yeah, he really is. So they go find Baseball Boy to get the glove to try to track down the knot. In the meantime, Crow tells Rose to stay behind because she's seen you. She knows what you look like, blah, blah, blah. She gonna be tracking you to get to us. Wrong. So, you know, they find Baseball Boy. They throw up. They do what they doing. It's sad. It's a sad, messed up scene, but they find the boy. They take it back home. I mean, she tell them where they at. They take it back to her. They take them where they at.
Yep.
So now they go pick up some guns because they're doing a lot of driving, a lot of traveling, a lot of moving is taking place, but you kind of don't know where they're going, what they're doing. Everybody just kind of moving. So Abra is really good for a trick. She likes magic tricks.
She is literally the ABBA and Abacadabra.
Yes, she put the ABBA and Cadabra.
And Abracadabra.
So she liked that underlay for the overplay.
Oh, man.
So they come up with another plan to take these things out because they don't call them humans. They don't consider them humans.
Nah.
And we didn't even, and at this point, we kind of as an audience know, well, they ain't no human I didn't see because the human don't die like that.
Never.
So,
not the dust.
And I think even now at this point, Andy is kind of like, man, what have I gotten myself into? I was 15 years old. I don't need to live forever. Right. Not like this. My life may have not been the best prior to this, but we never even knew what her life was like. Maybe she had got molested, but we don't know if she had a stable home. We don't know if she had a family. You know, obviously she had the internet wherever the hell she was at.
Yeah. So, right.
And she had the internet in 2011.
And she still wasn't doing like horrible things to these people. It was just like, she was just doing like some like the Predator show. Like what was my man from the Predator show?
Chris Hansen.
Hansen. Chris Hansen is what I called him.
Clockwork Orange terrible. She not only put a mark on their face for them to remember, and every time they see the mark, they have to say what they did. But she also said anytime they go on a computer and start looking up little girls, she made him think about the worst thing that ever happened to him.
And then you yell out, "I like little girls."
No, so that's when he look at the scar.
Oh, that's when he look at the scar. He says,
but when he go online to look for little girls, he thinks about the time he got bit by a rattlesnake.
Damn.
So yeah, that's pretty bad.
It is pretty bad. It is pretty bad.
So they basically set up this diversion in a park somewhere, like on some catfish type stuff, and
Totally catfish, bro. Sitting on the goddamn picnic table. Total catfish style.
and they think, oh, we got her.
We
Easy.
got her.
It's a damn teddy bear. Then all of a sudden, them guns start bow, 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 and them people getting shot the hell up. And now you see Rose is like, oh my God, my people are dying. Oh my goodness. And now you
Like,
just see them.
bitch, you wish you could teleport right now.
Right. And then they just going.
She wouldn't be no help. Like,
but maybe she could have been.
maybe.
She was the strongest out of all of them. So I feel like maybe it would have went differently if she was there. So they killing everybody. They killing everybody. Like killing everybody. So finally, Andy is the only one left. But in my mind, I'm saying, where's the Crow? Like, is he about to come out of this trailer and shoot?
Same.
Because I couldn't remember how Billy died, but I knew he died. And then come to find out it's because, oh girl, her last dying thing was because she was messed up too. And I mean, and that was the sad part about it. She was she had some deep-seated issues with men.
I felt like she got corrupted. Like she wasn't doing the most noble thing in the sense of catching predators, right? But to like start taking her over this way for like no damn reason, like making her evil to a point that she would kill children. Okay, up to this point, you've been trying to save little girls from pedos, but now, but now you got me killing little kids, bro. Like,
it's like
an edge. It's like you said, like it's bad, but then there's bad. And
because she could have been doing that. She had a power where she could get in a car with somebody or go up to a rooftop with one of those guys and say jump. You know what I'm saying? And so she wanted to do that.
But instead she let them live their lives with that. You know what I'm saying? Where they would never do it again, but at least they'd live their lives, you know, right. Whatever life that they were going to live, you know, it's like putting somebody in jail instead of giving them the death sentence, you know. So that's evil. Like she pushed her towards evil.
And so she told Billy to kill himself, and he did. And I'm like, damn, he was just an innocent bystander.
He really was. He really was. And he was so intrigued by her, the way she was dying, that he just kept coming forward. He was like very drawn towards it. And it was just too late. Danny had just told him to get back too late.
Yeah. You know? So then we find out where the Crow is. The Crow is at Abra's house because he figured that it was a trick. And he killed her dad.
He was really the smartest of the bunch, actually. He's the one who really thought with, like...
Because if it was up to him, he wouldn't have took Abra and killed her. He would have took her and turned her.
Yes. Yeah. He's the one who thought, like, you know, not with... He didn't think with evil. Like, he didn't think with greed. He didn't... Or like he didn't act in greed.
He did what he had to do because that's what he had to do.
Correct. Yes, exactly. Like, you know, it's just like the one vampire who's like, I only feed on like bad people, you know, like I'm not going to feed on innocent individuals. And if it's a nice person and I want them to be my lover, then goddamn it, you're just about to be a vampire with me. Like, I'm not going to kill you, you know? And he just thought and behaved and acted in a different way.
Except for when he killed her dad.
Except when he did that. But you see how he did, you see why he did that again in the whole, like, you kind of put me in the position to do that.
Yeah, like if it wasn't because of what y'all did, I wouldn't have killed your dad. Like I'd have just took you.
He said this was the outcome anyway, sweetheart. You was always gonna get taken.
But now look at all the people.
But look at all. It's just a complete waste. All our friends had to die, and it was so many times throughout that whole monologue where I felt like I ain't lying. He just trying to make her feel bad, and then they cut to the knife in the dad's chest, like
Yeah, because I was like, he didn't kill his daddy. I remember her killing. I remember that, and I said, "Oh
Black
my
man.
god, he did kill the
Black
daddy."
man. In the
Mama was
director's
out of
cut, they
town.
show it. In the director's cut, they show it.
Oh,
And
they
I'm
do.
so mad because I get at the end of the movie and then I see there's a director's cut. I'm like,
Oh, on HBO.
on HBO, there's a director's cut.
Oh
So I think I might go back and
man,
watch the director's cut. They said it's not too, like, I read a article, that kind of tell you what the director cuts entails, but it's not too much. But I thought that was an interesting little fact.
interesting. So
Yeah.
okay, now this is the first time you really see Abra down bad. First time
Mhm.
that she feeling like, I done messed up. I
Yeah.
can't finish my plan. So, Danny is also down bad. Like, Billy is dead. He go back to the house. Her dad is dead. Abra is gone. He goes back to his house. He about to start drinking again. He don't know what to do. But then, he dig deep down in his shinning pockets, and he able to find he able to find Abra because he gave her the drugs so she couldn't like use her powers for real.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically like switches places with her and
So
becomes
cold.
her.
So cold the way they
Sweet
did
as
that.
hell.
So cold. Oh my god, they need to make a movie because like just off of that. Like I need more shinning people. Where are the more shinning people? Like make Abra like at this point, like Abra could be like
Tell Stephen King to write more books.
Steven!
He wrote a Doctor Sleep and he wrote a Shinnin, and that's it.
Let me say that too loud. My dad like what?
Okay, so he basically, flips the car over because he like, oh, you've been living for so long, you don't wear no seatbelts.
Yeah, your life, your life is. You feel like your life is never at risk. That's why when they were getting shot and killed, I was like, well, maybe y'all could have called the FBI, the police, because like if you would have told them what they've been up to, they probably would have shot them.
Yeah, and they would have died like everybody else.
And then they would have seen them all with their own eyes, like,
oh my God, are these zombies? What are these?
they turned to dust.
And now Rose is really going through because that was her boo thing. Because that was her man.
And he was fine too.
Yeah, he was nicer looking.
He was a good looking man.
So then here she come out in the street all hazy like talking about you bitch. And then Abra didn't make it no damn
Very
better.
Kill Billish too.
Because she walked right through her ass like, girl, bye. I can see through you. I can see
Black
right
girl
through
magic
you.
hoe. Black girl magic hoe. Fuck you, white woman. Fuck you, Karen.
And then here is the funny line that takes place. All right, child, bitch. All right.
Yo, bro. One day I'm gonna make a list of all the scenes that when they call somebody a bitch. That's definitely up there because Kill Bill, like when she called
Bitch.
I killed your master.
I killed your master.
Woo! That added to the list. She called her bitch twice because she
said you bitch. And then she said, you, all right, you child. All right, child.
Child bitch, yeah.
All right.
Not bitch, child, bitch.
I mean, bitch, child. That's what I mean.
Is it bitch? Is it okay?
Yes, it's bitch, child.
Either way is hilarious.
Hilarious. Oh my God. That is the funniest. That's a funny ass line.
We're not supposed to laugh in this movie, but that had me cracking up.
So I had questions like
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of murder, death, kills happening. I ain't see not a popo. Okay. I mean, they went to a crime scene and found a kid's dead body who had been missing, threw up all over the scene of the crime and everything. I mean, did it not matter because everybody just ended up dead anyway? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Because I saw no popo till everything was over.
Yeah, that's literally the one time. Yeah, I don't have nothing to that. I don't have nothing to that. Like the police weren't around, and maybe it's the notion of like small town inside of a small town, like
that too. But also, how did Abra get a hotel room? Because when she walked through Rose, she was at a hotel and Danny came to the hotel and picked her up.
He did. Again, like, Mary Poppins vibes. Like, watch your kids, and why don't, when you see kids doing shit that kids shouldn't be doing, you don't say nothing?
Like I was
Is this
confused.
Home Alone? Like,
Like,
what
what
the
is
hell?
going on? Did she take her parents' credit card before she left the crib?
Bruh, because I'm even thinking about like the time I had the thought when she walked away off school to find him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like
It's
she
like,
came home and I'm like, her mama didn't get a call from the school saying she didn't report to school today.
your child, yeah.
Like, what the hell is going on?
And when she does call, and that's also like, okay, I don't know how long she had been gone, you know what I'm saying, to see her grandma or whatever. Yeah, but like, you ain't call your husband?
Right.
Like, you had to come home to find him dead? Like, or
Right.
how did that happen? Did they call you? And then, yeah, it's just like, yeah, that's the only time you see the police is at the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, how did they even, like,
I mean, the door was ajar. So, I mean, your neighbors walk past your
yeah,
house and see
especially
your
in a
door
neighborhood like
ajar.
that. Yeah.
They come
Yeah.
up, his body laying right there at the front
Yeah.
door.
Yeah. Yep. Which also, just like, I know this is not the purpose of the movie, but then it just shows you the difference between like the burbs and like, wherever that lady was staying in that apartment where
Right.
her and her child just like her child starves to death because she's in there OD'd. Like,
Right, because he probably couldn't eat solid food. And that's probably why he died, because he couldn't even eat solid food.
Yeah, poor baby.
So, okay. On our way to the Overlook Hotel with the ominous music.
Oh man, so good.
Brown, brown, brown. That's all I know.
Yeah, me too.
So my thing was, because I had to rationalize this, because this hotel has been closed for 40 years probably, right? Mm-hmm. But he was able to go in and he was able to turn the lights on. He was able to do all these things. Now, my intention is, like, it kind of reminded me of Murder House. Like, so somebody was going to refurbish that. It probably has been bought and resold and bought and resold and bought and resold over and over again. And people
I can imagine that.
Coming in saying they could do work with it, but then when they start getting estimates, they say, "Oh, this is
it ain't worth it." Yeah, or maybe they hear stories and they're like, maybe not. Like, I do think it's haunted,
because whomever owned it, the electricity and the heat and all that stuff, it worked. Now I believe that his shining was making things ghostly happen.
Yes,
but I had to, because I have to rationalize that, because it's not realistic that he would be able to go into a hotel that's been closed for 40 years and turn on the heat and turn on the lights.
Yeah, because he came in there talking about wakey.
Like,
they did show him go to the boiler room first,
right?
Which is, I guess, the illusion that he, turned on the heat. Like you said, all the things that you said, turn on electricity, turn on the heat, and all that bull.
But that means somebody had to own the building with intentions of refurbishment.
That makes sense. What you just said, that makes sense.
Because I have to rationalize that. Because if not, then it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so where am I at? Okay, so we see, like the memorable areas of the Overlook Hotel. We see
the memories coming back for Danny, that he realized, like, well, Dan, right. And that, because he's graduated to Dan in this movie actually, and we see him actually, like, not reliving it, like he's just walking through. The memories are coming back, and we're seeing the moments of
the "Here's Johnny" moment. First time I saw that movie, I thought that shit was the dopest. Him looking through that hole in the door. I said, "Oh, this
my favorite is, you already know, the tracking with the axe." I'm like, what? They was getting busy like that in the 80s? That's swaggy.
Yeah.
Okay, Stanley. I see why that fuck with you like that. I see why that fuck with you, Stanley.
Oh my gosh. So he goes through, and he ends up at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And they show someone's pouring a drink from him. How did you feel when you saw who the bartender looked like?
I was like, is this supposed to be Jack Nicholson? Like, well, or what was his dad's name?
Danny Torrance.
No, his dad.
I mean Jack Torrance.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, Jack. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, is this supposed to be Jack? And I really didn't get a chance to listen because I was the whole time trying to figure out, like, is that the bartender or is that the dad? Like, I just, and I didn't want to pause it and look it up and then see some shit I ain't supposed to see because I was so close. I'm close to the end.
It was the dad.
Yeah,
It was the
I
dad.
eventually realized like it's the dad, and so then
And
I
that's his role now. That's the role that he plays now.
yeah, I felt that it made complete sense. It made complete sense that that was his father, and especially like getting him to, because that was the whole point of the hotel, to bring you in, and it was like, oh, the hotel got his daddy, like,
and that's the only person he probably didn't lock in a box as well.
Yep.
And he switched it up on him. At first, he was trying to act like he was Lloyd, the bartender.
He
but
was,
after he kept
which was what confusing me, because I'm like, hold on, is he really? And I was really trying to remember the Shining character, but I'm like, but he looks so much like Jack. He looks like the dad,
And then he switched it up on him and gave him that speech, like it, and I ain't seen The Shining in a while, but I kind of remember him when he, especially at the beginning of the movie. Because the beginning of the movie kind of stuck with me when I was younger, when I first watched it, because I wouldn't have went nowhere with that man. Like, he came in the house. All his son wanted to do was play with him. And he instantly went, like, in that, F my family, I hate this. Basically what he was saying when they were sitting at the table. And he was already on that domestic abuse type stuff before he even got to The Shining. And that was supposed to be his thing that helped him get out of that. You know what I'm saying? So he switched it up on him, and then we find out that Danny still is very much so afraid of his father. And he really did trauma, because he had been hitting that boy.
Yeah, he definitely had daddy issues.
He had been beating that boy before any of that had happened, before they even went to the Overlook Hotel. Domestic abuse was real in their lives. And it was sad hearing him talk about his mom and how, like, when he was younger, when somebody was gonna die, he saw flies all over them.
Oh my God, that part was like, oh, I had to rewind and figure out like why he was mentioning that, because I kind of, went away, and like, damn.
So, as soon as his dad was starting to frighten him, thank God, Saved by the Bell, Abra is telling him that Rose has arrived. So, it's the game on now. Here they go with their little tricks again.
It's time to get it popping.
Now, Rose don't know what Overlook Hotel is. She probably ain't never heard of it. Probably ain't never did no research. They weren't no computer people. They was gypsies. They lived by the road. So they didn't know those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they barely had a cell phone. I feel like her and the Crows, the only two people who had a damn cell phone.
Probably.
So, she goes into the Overlook. She don't know what she getting herself into. Then we see the iconic blood at the elevator.
Yes.
Coming out of the elevator.
Hawaiian punch, as it was described in the article I seen.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, because, like, how can you, you know what I'm saying? But it was still cool to see.
For sure.
And she is that same feeling that we saw her have when she first encountered Abra.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of look she has on her face. But at this point,
ooh, what is this place?
Yeah, like, ooh, like, okay, y'all trying it.
My type of vibes. You're not carry me. Also, do we realize that this is Sweetie is the opera singer from The Greatest Showman?
Yes, we know this.
Siobhan, I blew my mind.
Siobhan knows this.
I know you do, but damn, I was like, what?
Yeah, that's my girl.
She's a great actress.
Yes, she is. She is. Because I saw her in this first.
Okay.
And I was pretty amazed by her acting ability. Just as a human being, to be able to play that character, because she was heartless.
Heartless, cold-blooded.
but also watching her transition from being heartless to being afraid and desperate and fearful, not for necessarily her life, but her legacy and
Yeah.
the Knott's legacy. Because I don't
Mhm.
think she was ever scared to die herself. She didn't want to die the way she did, but I don't think she was ever scared to lose her life. If she could have sacrificed her life for everybody else to be alive, I'm sure she would have done
Yeah,
that.
because now that I think about it, the only reason she would stay back is because the crow would tell her to stay back. If it was her, she would have been forefront, the one. Like that. I
Yeah,
mean,
like
shit, she was up there all the time. Like,
yeah, like she would let them eat and she wouldn't eat.
mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if she was fearful for her life or if she hadn't felt fear like that in so long that she didn't even know how to place it.
Yeah.
So,
She
they
turned out
meet
to
up.
be the most interesting character to me, where it's like the real villain, the real star, the real person that I'm so interested in was really her.
Oh
Like
yeah, she was the
Rose the
shit.
Hat was the person. And
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, I want to know more about her. Like,
Yeah, I was just like, damn, I just wish she wasn't a bad guy.
I know.
Cause she seemed like she a nice person. Like if you are not a threat to her, like she seemed
She'll
like
give
she
you
would
the
be
world.
cool. Like to know. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if she don't look at you as a threat, if she don't look at you as a mark, if she don't look at you as a steam, she probably just be cool person to hang out with and
For
get some
sure.
drinks with, have
Right.
dinner with. You know what I'm saying? They probably all are actually. But, in a different world, you know?
Yeah.
So they meet her at the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and he unlocked, they put her in the mine cage, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And here go Abra slicing up and dicing up. She like
Slicing.
Like Chucky on them calves. She
All she had to do was get the Achilles. You gotta get the Achilles because then
yeah,
they can't walk.
she got that Achilles heel.
You gotta
Ooh,
get
she
the
would have been like
Achilles, baby.
Patrick out here. So she chopping her, slicing and dicing her. You know what I'm saying? She's in the infamous maze that we
Yeah.
remember from the end of the
Yes.
Shining.
Super iconic.
And we thinking like maybe Rose is scared. Maybe she thinks she done for.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, she just needed to focus a little bit. She just needs to focus and let that anger die down so she could get back to, because what I realized is her power. See, and I was like, this is why people don't like to meditate. This right here. This is the prime example of why people don't like to meditate. You see what that lady was doing when she was meditating? Like she was flying like Peter Pan in somebody's damn brain. Like
I'm telling you, the one time I figured out, and I knew and just because I spoke to other friends that had meditated, and they told me the same exact thing. When I came out of my meditation state and I was like, I didn't know I was here, that was when I realized I had meditated for the first time. Other times I think I was just having relaxed, calm, like moments, but I was still thinking about everything else. But I swear, really, like, it was no more than 5 minutes, dog. And I snapped out of it. And I was like, yo, I forgot I was in my room, sitting in my floor, crisscross applesauce. Like,
man, I see when I'm be meditating, I always get to that point and I get scared that I'm gonna see like a monster.
Oh, don't mess up my meditation. I was supposed to just get back into my meditation. God damn.
Okay, so Rose shut the shit down. She say,
She was about to go in that box.
yeah, she was, but she
was about
said,
to go in that box.
enough of this. I am tired of you playing with me. I'm not even in your damn mind, little girl. So she snapped them back to reality. Now they having an axe fight. Whole ass axe fight.
A whole ass axe fight. How can you fight with an axe? Well, you swing a couple times, you miss. The other person gets it, and they stab you with the pick part.
I mean, they both hit each other. He hit her in the shoulder.
He did get her.
She hit him in a very pivotal point of his body.
She got him good. Oh, she got him good. Oh, and then she just was like, doing the things that villain evil people do when they got you down. They start picking at you and like, oh, ooh, it tastes like whiskey.
What she kept saying to him? Where have you?
Talking about how First of all, she kept talking about how sexy he was.
Yeah, like, handsome, where have you been?
Like, damn, baby, you was like, what I've been looking for. How you get past me?
And then I looked at him. I said, yeah, McGregor is kind of
He do like cleaned up.
Yeah.
Like, he really do. Like, he really is that in between where it's like, you ugly. You're not that bad looking.
Because I said, girl, you keep calling him handsome. I'm going to have to look at him again.
I
And
know.
then I looked at him again. I said, okay, girl, I can see where you come from. See, the thing about it was, even though when she was scared, she was so smooth with it. Like, she was so smooth with it because she been here. She done done
Carol Smooth.
This ain't the first person to try to take her down.
I'm using the ghost of our past episodes in this episode.
Carol Smooth. She was Carol Smooth. She was Carol Smooth.
Carol Smooth.
That is true. That's probably why I liked her character so much. She was giving me like Carol vibes. So, she got him down. He down bad.
Down bad.
She like jabbing him in the leg. And I'm like, damn, is he dying? Because she automatically getting his steam.
She getting all this steam.
And his steam is like a brown, got a brown hint.
It was interesting. I noticed that too.
And then she said it tasted like whiskey.
I was like, whoa, like, is it tainted?
And then she like, she basically like, how did I never see you? Mm-hmm. Even now that you older, your steam is still amazing. Like, oh my God. But then she took it a step too far. And she's like, wait a minute. You taste so good. What's in these boxes in your mouth?
Yes. She said, forget your little, because she was digging into his, his
femoral artery.
Right. Then she got a hold of his head and like,
let me see.
She went a step too far. Yep. And she started digging into his history and she sees all the terror and then she starts to see what has happened there. And then that's when he hit her with the, you don't know what's in the boxes.
But now you're going to know. They're just as
now you're going to know.
They're just as hungry as you. And instantly, pow, bang, boom. The favorite character's dead. She got ate up.
Just gone.
By all the iconic characters, including Old Lady in the Tub.
Including the old lady in the tub.
And the twins.
They were like, hello, Danny.
So, in the midst of him, where are my notes at? Okay. So, in the process of him killing Rose, he done damn killed himself because after they killed Rose, they looking at him to eat him, but he can't even damn move. Because
it's nothing he could do. I wish he just opened up a few boxes. Why he had to open up all of them? But I guess that was the only way he could have, because she was so powerful and he was so weak. Like, it's all he had. And he couldn't. Like, once they got a hold of him, it was a wrap. And so then we click over to Abra and we're like, oh, baby girl. And she just wondering.
She's just walking around and she's starting to see the people because Danny let them out and she see them. And she's like, oh, there go the twins. Okay.
Go to butler.
There go the
bartender.
Well, let me go in this room. As soon as we see the double doors, we like, oh, she about to go in the room with the damn bathroom with this goddamn lady who just don't want to go away. So what I thought was funny about that scene is she sees the old lady and she says, try it.
Like, baby girl had black girl magic and wasn't scared to use it.
Yeah, but she talked too much. Because Danny coming in there running with the sword, the axe, history repeats itself, generational curses, all type of stuff. So, he all jacked up. And, basically she's like, Danny is not gonna mess with me because Danny is a nice person, Mr. Overlook Hotel, who's in Danny's body. Baby girl, I'm the Overlook Hotel. Danny is not here anymore. It's just me being a mean-spirited hotel. Well, let me tell you something about Danny, Mr. Overlook. He's stronger than you know. No, he's not.
He's in there.
Yes.
Did you know he went to the boiler room before this?
Huh? And it's like, whoa. It's like, okay, all right.
Yeah, that was the one part that did peeve me. It peeved me. I was just like, we have to find a better way.
to
Like
end this.
it should have been a better way.
Yeah. So okay, Danny come out of his possession for a minute and like, girl, get on out of here. I'm gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
Just gotta go. No, I don't want to leave you. I don't know why I gave her a British accent, but no, I don't want to leave you, Danny. I love you, Uncle Danny. He's like, no, Abra, live long, eat well.
Live long. Eat well.
So Danny goes to the boiler room, he ended up dying. He gets to see his mom's face again and it's not full of flies. So that was nice. And, Abra get picked up by the popo because, you can see that fire from everywhere, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And we go back to normal life. But, Abra is talking to Danny. And then you're thinking like, now I know that man died. But then you're like,
I know he did, yeah.
Oh, but she got the shinning.
Duh. Yeah.
So now
he is now her new dick.
Yes. Yes. Girl.
Anyway.
So.
But her mom's like, come for dinner, babe. She looks sad as hell because she lost her husband. So
and grandma probably died too.
Grandma probably died.
Because she said, I don't know. Look, she didn't say yes or no.
She showed didn't. Death is all around her. Her daughter
is a weirdo with the shinning.
And it happens. The moment happens where you're like, oh snap, like you realize that it's not like a happy ending, like it continues because she still has the shinning. And the moment she told her mom, like, in a minute, I knew where she was going.
But what killed me was like she told her mom, like, actually, Mom, that was a lie.
Yeah.
I was talking to Danny, and Dad is okay. And her mom was like, that's good. Like, I don't even think her mama heard what she said. She just said, I don't think she
did either. Her mom is still in like a daze. Like,
when she said she was talking to Danny, she said, okay. And whatever else she said after that, she didn't hear it.
I don't think because I thought she would lead with that, like I talked to Dad, he says he misses you. Like I thought, like, something, but you could tell that
my note for that damn lady in the bathroom, I was like, that damn lady in the bathroom stay on bullshit. Like she stays.
What is it? What's the meme? Don't come here with that bullshit.
She be waiting on you with the bullshit.
Just stand up.
Like, girl, stay your butt down. You ain't got no clothes.
Again, don't try it.
Damn.
You know what? Like, Ghost. Like, that has been like, when you think about like horror movies, like monsters and unknown things, and like Ghost, that's like number one on the list, fam. And it's for real, like it is that real thing where you really do have to talk to the motherfuckers. Like, spirits, stop. Okay, you don't have to knock over my shit. If you want me to leave, I'll go. Like, you don't have to ruin my goddamn life, though. like
just don't come with me.
Yeah, just like I will leave peacefully. You know what I'm saying? Or we can do this together. You can stay here. I ain't doing nothing.
After coming back from New Orleans, I had to just
look
around for a minute, make sure nobody wanted to jump on the plane with me.
Dude, for real. But like what I really loved about this is like, one, I think that they did a great job of like continuing the story and also elevating the story past just you crazy as hell and you seeing things.
Right, because that's what the first movie was basically about. But this is so much deeper than that.
Way deeper, because it made me feel as if I missed something watching The Shining. Like, did I miss that thing?
Nah, he did tell him you got The Shining.
Yeah, but I never understood that. And like, now I know. Like, now I get it. It really all makes sense to a point that I think what they did with this one was a really great job, because I feel like they can create more off of this. Like, again, I believe that the whole premise of how the tricks and the trades and how they, the steam and the finding and the evil and the good and the balance of the two, I feel like that it was a great story, along with telling the story of Dan Torrance and his obvious like trauma with his former life and dealing with alcoholism and dealing with his daddy issues, also combined with having the shinning, like,
Right.
and trying to figure out and trying to get throughout life with that, like life is hard enough and you got the shinning, like.
Yeah. Yeah. So, question.
Yes.
Do you think it was Rose's ego or her anger that got her killed?
Ooh. My favorite thing about villains are they always have that moment where they be talking too much in a bag. And I always feel like that's evil. Evil. That's ego. I think it's the ego that you get along the way of being an evil, bad person because you're so used to doing bad stuff and hurting people and not thinking about the consequences.
And
And
getting away with it.
and getting away with it, and we're talking about the powerless and the ones with power, from the Jokers all the way to the Thanos, and I think it's ego that drives them, but I think deep down it's probably other emotions like anger, sadness, whatever may have happened in their life that fuels them. So I know like fuel and drive maybe feel like the same thing, but I feel like what I'm using it in this instance is the ego drives them forward to just like go with the shit. But what they've been through is the type of thing that's like they can put down to light up to make sure that, like I'm always, this is why I'm so evil. Like,
Right.
remember how I was raised and, I grew up with an ugly face. And so now I'm an evil person. Like, you're just like, okay.
Like Dr. Von and Smurf from Phineas and Ferb, because he always had to tell you how he was evil, just like that.
Yeah, low-key, I was kind of channeling her. I think it was her ego. She wanted to be the one and the two.
Well, she kind of was the one and the two until Albert came along.
And showed her that she was the one.
And she was the
and
3 and the 5. She was the 3 and the 5. Maybe she was the 9 and the 10.
And I was saying at that kitchen friends of the 9 and the 10 and the 11 and the 12. it just is what it is. And I'm teamed up with Nanny. Like, right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so did you have a quote for today?
I surely do. I do. And this came early. Now, sometimes I like to dibble and dabble. Sometimes I like to go get quotes from other movies. Lately, I've been pulling movie quotes from the film we've been watching. And today are two from Danny in the same scene, nearly in the same goddamn breath. The first one is, our beliefs don't make us better people. Our actions make us better people. And so, again, I think it's like Andy's character. Her belief is all pedophiles should be killed, or they should be tormented, or
taught a lesson.
They should be taught. Yep, they should be taught a lesson because she didn't kill them, she didn't hurt them. But for her to do what she did and become that, although we figured that she really didn't have a choice because she was up against another more powerful being, I think that if she did have choice, and she still chose that route, her action would definitely supersede any of her beliefs, because it's like, now you're doing really jacked up stuff, like you're killing kids, like.
Right. So you can tell me what you believe, but if they don't match your actions, it don't mean nothing.
It doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, when you got somebody like Billy, who's like, I'm here to help you. I know you need help. And just like he said, bro, no, Danny came from no judgment, dog. I need your back. I need you to have my back. It's like, he told him, if this is true, then wow. If it's not true, then I got a crazy ass friend. But I that he was still gonna ride with him, because That's how he was cut. So, and the second one, which I thought was just funny, he says, "We're all dying. The world is one big hospice with fresh air,"
Yeah,
which I thought was like a
that made me
fun play on the steam thing. I think it was a dope play on just like the fact that, people always say like, we're all dying. Like, we're all going to die one day, but you never think that. You never really walk around thinking like, oh, this is the place I will die. You don't usually do that. And so the fresh air gives you this, or I'm even looking at it now, maybe for the people who did those, that steam, that fresh air that they were getting, believing that that's what was carrying on their life, but y'all really are just still, I believe that y'all still are dying inside, because now you're only living for the steam. You're not, what's the point of living that long
if you gotta hunt that hard to
you gotta
live?
hunt that hard and you don't live, and then just like what she's saying, like, you got people scared as hell of you and stuff, and wanted posters probably at one point in time, like, if you see this character, know that he's a bad person. I wouldn't, if I'm gonna live forever, I don't want to live like that. I don't want to be known as the person like you don't go near.
And not only that, I always thought about like, so is everybody okay with this structure and hierarchy? Because not only are these people not getting enough steam, but it's determined by roles when and how they can get it.
That's why I believe that if a prequel or some other, if it was come to find out there was another group out there like them.
Yeah, because she did say that too. Like,
if
I'm not the only one. I'm just the prettiest.
yeah, I really loved her character. I would love to see that. Like, love. You know what I'm saying? To see that. That'd be so sick. But man, Dr. Sleep, for sure. 5 out of 5, 5 stars. It's a good joint. Other than like, couple peeves of the movie, like,
but I like the movie so much that I couldn't even think about the peak, because I mean it's just one of them movies. Like,
yeah,
it's really good. I mean, it is anything that Easter egg filled is something I cannot deny. And I mean,
cannot deny it.
Filled with Easter eggs throughout the whole freaking movie. So wonderful, good stuff. Yeah, I didn't see that movie until it was on HBO.
Really?
Or whatever it was on. It was on something, but I didn't go see it in the movie theater because I never got a chance. I never got around to doing it.
Wow. Good film. Good film.
Good. Good.
So as amazing as this has been, as great as it's been, I think we're coming to a bit of a close, and I think that we've really summed up Dr. Sleep. Like, man, just like a great way to end off this month.
We had good movies this month.
We had some good movies this month. I do remember mentioning, like, we should do an animated movie. And then when you said The Return of Jafar, I had like this instant, like, nah. Because when you think of sequels, and when you think of animated sequels, and when you think of Disney sequels, I just don't think The Return of Jafar comes up. But in the sense of like the way we like to review movies, or the way we like to break shit down, the way that we see things, Return of Jafar was good. Like, for real. Like, I will definitely be watching that with my nephew. Like,
oh yeah, he'd love that.
I think he would really love it. Like, it's about that time that he starts seeing them older movies and stuff like that. So, yeah, we got some bangers. We definitely got some bangers. So, for y'all who are here with us right now, go check out, like, if you didn't see it in the past, go check out our YouTube. For those who are watching in the future, go check out our YouTube. Go look at the other ones and let us know what you think. Hit us up in the comments, comment, subscribe, all that beautiful stuff. Hit us up on the DM and our social media, or and let us know what you feel. We can do this all day. Like, I think that's the one thing that we are kind of missing, is like discussing things with our audience other than like right here live in the chat. And so we would love if y'all, gave us your y'all takes.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to hear either people agree or disagree, or a different perspective about some of the things that we see, feel, and hear when we watch these films. So
Yes,
yes,
because I mean that's what it is for. It's an open forum
it surely is.
for discussion with, as long as it's respectful and
Oh,
kind.
all day. We don't need that hateration, but we will treat you appropriately.
Yeah, I mean, you want to hate raid us? Thank you for the raid.
Thank you for the ride, baby. I thought we was on the edge of one when we was
Yeah,
at like
I
6:30.
really feel
I
like we
was
were.
like, come on, say something, say
I think we
something,
were on the cusp of a hate
say
raid when
something.
we first started.
I should have started dropping some very unpopular opinions.
But we made it. We made
We
it.
made it. We made it. Thank y'all
No
for the
hate
people who are
raid.
still here. No hate raid. Like we made it. GFT Radio wasn't going in on our pronunciations and our enunciation. But you want to shout out the people that came by?
Oh yeah. Okay. So thank you for the follow hose 00312. Thank you, GFT Radio. Thank you, me. My bad. Thank you, Rail 7. Thank you, DJ Stacy J. Thank you, Clark Nove.
Yeah.
Thank you to the lurkers. Thank you to the potential hate raiders, because we're not afraid. Thank you to
Come see us next week.
everyone who came, who lurked, who saw. You can follow me at the Superstore on Twitter and Instagram. Next week on GFT Radio on Twitch, we will be discussing the third episode of What If, and I did not like it. So that's gonna be a great conversation.
Yeah, let's go.
And then next Thursday we gonna be here doing this, but I don't know what we watching. So
we don't know what we watching. Yeah, we I guess we're about to discuss that offline and figure it out. But that's why it's important that you follow us at our socials. So you can find me at Latoya Coates on the IG, Point of View Finder on IG, always dropping the new photos and interviews with photographers on Point of View Finder. Of course, get your 10 pages, books we should have read. Misfitted Academics coming out with new Darker Than Blue joints. Because I got me in full screen and I just saw what you put up. And
Stacy, you don't know about the hate raiders that be coming in.
What I miss. Everything, cool.
Last week, one of the people, because in my little Twitch groups on Facebook, they told me that one of the people that was doing hate raids followed my stream last week. So I had got a follower right when my stream started, and I got scared that it was a hate raider. I looked at their page. They live now, so they legit. But I was scared that it was hate raider, and so I was not scared in the sense of like scared, but like, dang, me? I mean, whatever. But yeah, bring the hate, bring the love.
It's lit.
No, I didn't get rated, but I got followed last week by one of the people who was doing it, and that page got reported. But I found out after the fact because they actually didn't go forward with the raid in my chat. Oh, you got followed by 3?
Oh,
but they haven't like tried to raid you? Oh wow. Yikes. But you be streaming, girl.
Yeah, you be out here.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Period, poo. And that's on the period.
So we gonna figure out what we gonna watch, and then we will let you know on our social media channels. And then you guys will come back next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you will watch us on YouTube at 2 Snaps in a Circle. And then everyone will be happy and life will be great for everyone. And that will be the end of the story because everyone will be happy. And also in the midst of talking about that, we actually need to start talking about Halloween as well. I mean, October. So
because it's coming, baby. Spooky season is coming. Let's watch all happy stuff so I can be prepared. Because
yeah, be prepared.
You know, I was like, you trying to sneak in scary movies before the goddamn October? Hell no.
Well, thank you guys for being here with us on this lovely Thursday evening. You all have a wonderful evening, night, morning, whatever time of day you're watching this, and two snaps in a circle. Ow!